Tikka, wanna go for a walk? Wanna go for a walk? What kind of walk? Okay, we'll go for a walk. Yes. We'll go. Okay, we're almost there. All right, this is one of those classic moments. It is 11:20. I was very late leaving the house, but I don't care because it's June and I got tons of daylight. So even if I get to a trailhead at say 3 o'clock, I can still hike comfortably till 7 o'clock and have plenty of time to set up camp. So tonight I can just do 10-15 kilometers and I'll be ahead of the game. But I say classic moment because I was dragging my feet getting out. Didn't feel like hiking, even though I've been planning this for a couple of days. This is a solo 4-night, 5-day hike, but as I've said many times in the past, once I'm in the car, then everything changes, and once I'm on the trail, it'll be even more spectacular. So I'm on my way to the Cline River trailhead, and I'm going to attempt to get to Pinto Lake via the backside. Kind of said I'd never go back to Pinto, but the weather this year and the thaw and everything else, the parks, Kananaskis has just announced that they're not allowing any backcountry camping until July 5th because there's so much snow in the backcountry. So everybody's rushing to the low elevation spots. And I got Tikka with me. Okay, so let's get situated. I live in Calgary, so Calgary is, about an hour east of the Rockies. So my drive to get to the trailhead, I'm going to drive north about 2 hours to Rocky Mountain House, a historic place, one of the places where David Thompson lived. And then I'm going to follow Highway 11, called the David Thompson Highway, to Nordegg, an interesting town with a mining history. And I'm going to follow the Highway 11 to Abraham Lake, an artificial lake in Alberta. And then from there, I'm going to go a little bit further to where the Cline River dumps into Abraham Lake. So that's about 3 hours to drive there from Calgary, and that's the trailhead. From there, I'm going to, on foot, follow the Cline River. And my destination for the first day is somewhere around Entry Creek. You've seen lots of videos of me over the years at Entry Creek. And then I'm going to follow the river to Waterfall Creek, another popular spot. Some people go to Waterfall Creek and head up to Michelle Lake, but I'm going to follow the Cline and go to Pinto Lake. And then after that, when I'm done, I'm just going to backtrack all the way back to the trailhead and go home. So, easy peasy. Tikka. There's Tikka. All right, time for the reveal. So I'm at the Cline River trailhead again, and I'm just going to try and get into Pinto Lake via the long way, staying at low elevation, see what it's like. I just wanted to get away, got Tikka with me, just needed a couple of days away from hustle and bustle of the industrial world. All right, it is 3:20, and like I said, one of those times where didn't feel like leaving the house. I swear Karen was gonna kick me out and just say, go, 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 you need this. I think she even said so this morning, go. And so let's count how long it takes before I get into that I don't care moment. I'm thinking it won't be too long. See, you can tell how the dead leaves have been pushed on both sides of the trail, and there's a smooth path. I can tell that there was a lot of water running down this trail not too long ago. The first of many random camps. Huh. We're here already. I call this Turkey Point. I'm sure it has other names, but I've kind of wanted to stay at this campsite over the years. We usually stay up there in the winter, but we're so far from, but in the winter there's no water, but there's snow. I wouldn't want to stay up there in the summer because the water's so low. I mean, I've only been gone an hour, so there's no way I'm staying here, but we'll pause. I gotta adjust Tikka's backpack. Wouldn't be any shortage of firewood here, but the views absolutely suck. 4 hours and 20 minutes, 1 hour. Many good stories told around this campfire. I was trying to think of how many times I've camped here or been by here. One time with Ray on a way to Lake of the, or landslide. Definitely twice on my way to Lake of the Falls, once with JT and the guys on the first contest hike or second contest hike, once with Maddie and Justin and a bunch of other guys. Then there was that disastrous winter trip with 7 guys where we came here with Evan and Jeff when we aborted our trip to Castlegar in the winter. Came here one other time doing this exact trip on my way to Pinto, except that time I went through and came out at Pinto and hitchhiked back. So I've been here 7, 8 times. Yeah, interesting. This is about 500 yards after that first big camp, and you can go this way, it will rejoin, but that just takes you to the edge of the canyon. So I don't know why it's kind of cut off. I don't think it makes a difference time wise or terrain wise, but the main path is on the left. Okay, so this is really cool. So we came out of the trees and now we're following the river valley, and people have set up little camps all around here. Now I know from having been here many times that we're approaching a pretty major camp, popular camp area at a place called Entry Creek. So this Entry Creek dumps into the Cline River, and so it's a confluence of 2 rivers, and people camp here all the time. Now the reason people are scattering all around here is because this area is popular, but it's also picked clean of all good dead trees, and so people are, I know that there's not a lot of firewood at Entry Creek, so you know, an option is to camp on this side of Entry Creek or go past Entry Creek. I'm probably going to go past Entry Creek today. This is the main Entry Creek campground. Wow, food locker. Well, this was what I'd given myself as an objective for today. It's only 5:10. That only took 2 hours. I'm just going to pause for a while, drink a bit of water, and decide whether I want to keep going or not. It's really going to depend on how much firewood is around here, because it is a gorgeous site. And I got benches, and to be honest, the clouds are ugly, and I just gave myself such a casual itinerary. I have 4 days, 5 days, so why rush it? And so let me pause. Come here, Tikka. Kind of surprised that there's nobody here, but I'm sure the people in the parking lot are just heading to Landslide and Lake of the Falls. Oh. Now, is that wood dead or alive? Because if this was all dead, except I don't have an axe to split. Gorgeous campsite, closer to water for drink, but the problem by being closer to water is also all the noise. So if animals come exploring, I won't hear them. I always say I have confidence in my ability to find trees. This one's perfect in terms of size, and it's easy to cut and not too far from my camp. And then there's another one, looks like right here. Right there, a little bit bigger. No, it's got some green branches, not gonna touch that. Here's a dead one. Right there. Okay, that settles it. So I'm gonna go get my backpack, go move closer to the water, come back and get some of these trees. And I'd rather have a couple of tall trees that I cut down and drag, and do 1 or 2 trips instead of many trips with the little ones. Lots of good trees around here. No. Well, this one's even better. The benches are nice, and there's a bit of wood, like enough to get going. So this is better. And I can put my tent right there, and the water's still close. My number 1 priority in the summer is always to set up my tent. I mean, some people opt for, let's say, a fire, but you know, it's an easy decision, especially if you have a stove, you have heat, you have food, a way to cook or whatever. So set up your tent. That way, if it starts to rain, you can retreat to your tent, you can warm up in your sleeping bag, you can cook under your tent. Don't believe any of the nonsense that cooking under your tent is dangerous. Look, I'm a bundle of odors right now, so whether there's a little more odor here or a little more odor there or a little more odor there is not going to make a difference. If a bear wants to come and investigate, he will investigate this whole area. But and the tent smells like food. It smells like me, it smells like suntan lotion, insect repellent, it smells like everything. And look at Tikka, just got up and walked away. So Tikka noticed something. She's the best guard dog ever, and I feel totally safe with Tikka around. But anyways, set up your tent. Nothing like having a dirty dog who's wet inside the tent. Hey Tikka, you tired? So you probably can barely hear, but it's raining. It's upside down 6:15, so it took me an hour. Got here an hour and comfortably got the tent set up, the mattress in here, all my gear's sheltered. Went and got a tree, one of those trees. There's already trees that are on the ground here, so but I'm not in a rush to make a fire right now. And we're in the tent and we're just going to relax, and when it stops raining later on, I'll go make a fire and I'll cook supper. But if I have to, I can cook under the tent. Oh yeah, because I went and got water. It's still raining quite a bit, and I just went out for a walk because, you know, psychologically nothing beats a fire. And I thought if it was just a little drizzle, I would have started a fire outside, but it's too much right now. So, and it's 7:30, so I'm hungry, so I'm gonna make myself a soup. I just got a small pot of boiling water. It's under my tent. The vent is open. I can even open this up. So I'm not gonna asphyxiate myself, no worries, and I'm just gonna dump a cup of soup in there. So in terms of odors and whatnot, it's pretty marginal. It's not much, but it warms you up and it's comfort. I just fed Tikka half a cup, or a cup of her food too, so she's okay. We're all good. This is a one-person tent, so it gets crowded in here, but you don't need much. You just need a shelter. I know lots of people who still hike with a two-person tent when they're alone because they like the space, especially in winter. In the winter, I actually prefer a smaller tent to trap more heat and I just crowd myself in here, and I feel, you know, snug as a bug kind of thing. These popular trails, guys who come on horseback and whatnot always leave these grates behind, which is fantastic. It's 9:51, so sunset is at 10:10, and then lose all daylight half an hour later. So by 10:40 it'll be dark, but it finally stopped raining. So I'm boiling some water for tea, and I have a quick dinner I'm gonna have. I'm just gonna cook a sausage on the fire and then call it a night. So forecast calls for sun tomorrow, so I don't mind hiking during the day when it's sunny. Well, I never mind that, but I mean, and if it's going to rain, I prefer it rain while I'm walking. That's just me. And then at the end of the day, as long as it ends, I don't like the other way around, a sunny day and a rainy end. That's kind of boring. So anyways, things are looking up. Everything's good. Tikka! Tikka! There she is. She's getting bold. Getting bold, my girl. No, I know why you came. I know why you came. Go explore. I just wanted to know where you were. Go explore. Come on, stop raining. Whoa. All right, so quick day. You know, I could have left Thursday, like tomorrow morning, and made the trip no problem because Pinto Lake's only about 30 kilometers. I could do that in a day. But, you know, might as well come out here, and just shows that you can leave home late in June. I left at 11 o'clock, got to the trailhead at 3:30, and you can hike, so you can get a a head start on a long weekend, let's say. Might as well be out here instead of being at home. Anyways, it's day one, it's still raining, so I'm going to go to bed. Hope to have a nice day tomorrow, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.